picture this. It's a Saturday night, Friday night, maybe even a Tuesday, like work evening. You've got your Domino pizza, large pizza, like double pepperoni passion to your left. You've got the Xbox on, FIFA, Ultimate Team. Is that you sometimes? Or not anymore?
That sounds like me this evening. Now you've said it.
Yeah. Literally me too. But both, like my wife's away at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
our wives are away.
So that'll be me tonight for sure.
So yeah.
But most nights that's not the case maybe. But yeah.
Caveat.
Unfortunately, no joke. Yeah, is that you, or has that been you in the past quite a lot?
That's never been like consistent. Or maybe it has, like gaming I could get.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Because basically we were reflecting on like the content we're doing at the moment, and it seems like what I've noticed, like in myself sometimes, or a lot of my friends, or in the general like culture or media, is that there's a lot of us guys that just sit at home, sort of lazy, don't have a job, don't really go out of the house too much. Sometimes there's
freeloaders.
That like
that's what they're calling it, like just freeloading.
There seems to be like that sort of reputation around our generation, like Gen Z, in a way. So I thought we'd explore it. There's this phrase I saw from Jordan Peterson recently talking about a Peter Pan syndrome. Like, have you heard of that?
Not until you mentioned it like last week or whatever. I'd never heard of it, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like
well, let's watch a video on it just to like see what you think.
If you get out of high school, you don't know what to do, and then you start playing video games and you're on social media, a day can slip by like that.
Yeah.
A day becomes a week, becomes a month, becomes a year, and before you know it, you're 30.
Yeah, right.
And you haven't done shit.
Yeah.
And that's really common. That's really common today.
To be fair,
and I don't think we can.
Like, I could back that purely from you know, like year 11 summer.
Yeah.
Where you have like 3 months off, like the most time ever in your life.
Yeah.
I genuinely spent days with my curtains squad playing Assassin's Creed.
Which one? Black Flag? No,
I can't remember which one.
Syndicate.
Probably like Revelations or like Brotherhood, like one of the older ones.
The older ones are the best.
Yeah. Like genuinely, I remember I actually remember days went by. Like at least like 2 or 3 days went by. I just playing that game with the curtains closed. I just got food in them.
Why are the curtains closed? Just like
because it was summer and I just wanted it to be dark. Like because I'm playing game because it would have reflected on the TV. Yeah. But
that's true. That's so true.
And obviously, like at that age, it don't matter. Like really, unless it's like a consistent pattern. But it's like I did that for 3 days, and like the rest of the summer I'm out like with the boys. But you can relate to how that like you can slip into that so easily.
It is also fun. Like it's fun to do that. Like I had such a good time when I've done that, but it's like when it's out of control and it's like how you saying where you just consistently doing that for like years or like a long time. That's more of your time is spent gaming or watching Netflix and just staying indoors and like you're not actually touching grass, making friends, like working and stuff like that.
And you can see it in people. Like when you have conversations with people, like you can kind of tell.
Yeah, definitely. Like as I was preparing this video, like we'll finish this clip in a sec, but as I was preparing it, it's like 52% of US, this is not UK, US young adults live with their parents. 52%.
What does it mean by young adults?
Like people from 18 to 29.
29?
Yeah, that's mad. 52%. I think, 52%. And that's the highest since the Great Depression. And like, men are more likely than young women, so it's 55%. Out of those 52, 55% are men and 49 are women.
Wow.
So it's still fairly close.
Still fairly balanced, but like...
Yeah. Whereas in 1980, this is all from ChatGPT, by the way, these stats. But it is helpful. Because to compare it to like 1980, only 32% were living at home in that age group. So it's jumped up 20% in 40 years.
And that's big, like
yeah.
I feel like it doesn't sound big in your head, but like 20% of a mass of people is a huge amount.
Yeah. But like, why is that? In my opinion, it's because, like Joe was just saying there, all these games and things where you can escape for your day-to-day life and just have like hedonism, it's called, where you like sort of things that you do for pleasure, just for yourself, and without thinking of other people, just sort of insulating yourself in a way.
Yeah,
all those
isolating.
all those activities, they're actually quite fun to do, but if there's no control over them, you can just sort of get in like a cycle.
It's like the overconsumption.
Yeah,
It's like kind of the overconsumption of anything's not
Yeah.
healthy. Like, I couldn't really name something and say, yeah, if you overconsume that thing, that's good for you.
yeah, for sure. Like
So
that's
it's like
the same with
even the
everything.
simple concept of that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's finish watching this. I've also got another video of this thing that's happening in Japan. It's linked to this as well.
Can ignore those factors, the factors of just engrossing distractions.
Yeah, well, and the algorithms optimize for short-term attention.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
it's a weird thing, because you could imagine that you would want a machine that offers you what you want, right? Because you want ads that are targeted to you, because you want to see a bunch of ads that aren't relevant to you now
Sure.
and then, because maybe you'll learn something. And content, well, why not have a machine shovel the same sort of things that you are interested in at you?
Yes.
That's a kind of curation. The problem comes, and we haven't figured this out at all technically and probably not psychologically, the problem comes in time frame, right? Because there's a big difference between what you might be interested in if you were diligently striving towards a long-term goal that required conscientiousness, and what's going to attract your attention right now, this moment.
Right.
And the thing about the algorithms is that they maximize for short-term attention. And so basically they're actually
Do you not think that's
optimizing
like-
for hedonism.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
a
you might say, well, so
combination
what?
of Overconsumption, though.
Yeah,
Like, in a way, like, it kind of like,
yeah,
kind of goes back. Like, I get what he's saying. He's saying if you have a goal, like, you're gonna consume what you need to consume to get to that goal.
yeah, and that's
then you set
healthy
another goal.
in a way. I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Like, if you do, like, it's like if you take an exam, you're
Yeah.
essentially going to overconsume on that amount of
Yeah.
information to pass your exam,
Yeah,
and then you're probably not going to look at that information as much ever
Yeah.
again, really.
yeah. Well, it's like this video. Like we've prepared a little bit for this in terms of what videos to react to, some stats, and we'll probably think about it a little bit over the next few months or years, whatever. But like right now, we've prepared for this, so we know
So
more
you've
in this
consumed
moment.
more about it in this moment.
So yeah, that makes sense. But I think there's not, maybe this is the wrong video, but I think with the Peter Pan thing, it's obviously Peter Pan. If you haven't watched it, then it's a kid that doesn't want to grow up.
Watched it.
Doesn't
That's
want to.
crazy.
What? But maybe you haven't. I don't know.
If you haven't watched Peter Pan,
Oh.
like, go watch it.
Yeah, it's like all about a kid that doesn't want to grow up. That's the whole point of it.
yeah,
right?
yeah, essentially.
So in a way, it's like I feel like a lot of adults. I'm saying men because we're both guys, but like I feel like a lot of guys, part of us maybe doesn't want to grow up sometimes, and we sort of escape through video games.
It's
All
comfortable,
these
though,
things.
isn't
It's
it?
just like comfort foods, like waste, like basically get hours go by, and it's just very easy to do it. It's like there's no challenge to it. It's all done for you. If you're living at home, food, washing, all this stuff's done for you.
I think
Yeah.
it's like an accumulation of it gives you no, like, you don't have to set any goals, so you don't have to challenge yourself. Because like the interesting thing about like setting a goal and setting a challenge is that it's like the most rewarding thing, but also the most uncomfortable thing.
Yeah.
Like if you set a goal to do like a 5K every day for like a month,
Mm.
at the end of that month, you're going to feel healthier, your heart's going to be healthier, you're probably going to feel more like ripped, you're probably just going to be, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to be better off.
Yeah.
But like getting up every day to do a 5K is like uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? So the other side of like uncomfortability is where like most breakthrough is.
Yeah. Well, it's basically instant gratification versus longer long-term gratification. So all that means is like by playing a video game or other things that you do to escape, it's like straight away you're like satisfied. You've been given that spike in serotonin or whatever chemical it is. Whereas with running or doing something at work that's hard or making like new friends as an adult, or these are more challenging things where you have to like go out of your way to do them, although it might not be straight away something that you get something back for, over time it's probably going to give you even more satisfaction instead of the short term, which is good, but it might not be as good as having a community of friends or as good as being healthy in your body and like
Or like
feeling-
growing a family
yeah.
or like
all
stepping
those
up
things.
in certain areas.
Yeah,
Because I think like you've highlighted, like even if you took like gaming to the extreme, right? and like I'm using that because there is a level of challenge.
Yeah.
like you can play certain games. There's probably like there's a level of challenge. Like, oh, this is pretty hard.
You do learn a lot from video games. I'll say I don't.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not anti video games.
No, I'm not. I
do enjoy
like
them.
games, but there's not a level of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like physical,
Yeah.
or like you could say mental uncomfortability. Like
Yeah.
there's not that level of stepping out of your comfort zone to try and strive to hit something better and kind of grow.
Yeah.
You kind of just like you said,
Yeah. It's
like you're searching for the like high of completing a challenge, or
Yeah.
like the high of experiencing something without
Yeah.
actually doing it
And
or
it's-
doing anything. If
It's
you know
sort
what I mean?
it's meaningless. Like a game is in the moment, it feels like, oh, this is sick. I'm working towards this mission in a game or whatever. But then actually, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a game.
Yeah. Like it should be there for fun.
Yeah. You this video here, you're gonna laugh at because it sounds like your year 11 experience.
For nearly 3 years, Yuto Onishi's world was his bedroom.
It was 3 days. You on 3 years.
He slept during the day and lived at night, trawling the internet
Shouldn't be
and
laughing,
reading
mate.
manga
Yeah,
sound
or
music going on.
comics.
Yeah, you're right.
Yuto refused all contact with friends and family, sneaking out only in the dead of night to eat. The Japanese call the condition hikikomori.
Hikikomori.
引きこもるっていう生活を
Once you experience the hikikomori lifestyle, you lose reality.
何にも考えないで
I knew it was abnormal, but I didn't want to change. It felt safe here.
楽しい
I know I'm pausing it early,
Yeah.
but like he's literally just said like he feels safe
Yeah.
because like the root issue is not that you can't do anything, not that you
Yeah.
like you can't get a job, not that you can't like, without sounding like stereotypical, like step up and like be a man and like grow as a human. Like you can do that,
Yeah. You
but
just-
like
yeah.
there's a deeper issue. Do you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
there's a deeper issue than you like not enjoying
For
being
sure.
around people.
There's
you know what I mean?
definitely a deep issue, and he's just regressing into himself.
Yeah,
There's no things like it's just like his little bedroom.
there's no like,
And what's
external
going on.
factor. Yeah.
In junior high, Yuto had failed as a class leader, and to cope with the shame and judgment
the
from
trauma,
others, he withdrew into his room. For Yuto, and as many as 1 million Japanese, the pressure from families and society is too much to bear.
両親が外に出ていけと、プレッシャー
In
かけて
Western societies, if one stays indoors, they're told to go outside. In Japan, they're not. Our players changed. It's all on screens and not real life situations anymore.
あと甘えの文化もあるので
There's cultural reasons also, a strong sense of embarrassment and an emotional dependence on the mother.
This group of hikikomori have just come out of their rooms. They're in therapy to rebuild communication and trust. Some have been in their rooms for a decade, so just to talk is a major achievement. And there are small victories here. This woman bought her first t-shirt. But the prognosis is not good for most. The longer they've been in their rooms, the less likely it is they'll get back into society. Yuto Onishi has been out of his room for 6 months. Early intervention worked for him.
なかなかできないことだと思うんですけど、やっぱり
Facing your trauma is horrifying. It's hard to do.
楽しさに変えてくれると思うんで
If you can do it with somebody else, it can be
自
fun.
分の
And then you can surely see a vision for the
将来
future.
はビジョンが
But like, I don't know if there's any more like this. Like, adds
Yeah.
a bit more. But like you just said, or like we've kind of articulated, there's a deeper issue that's
Yeah.
pushing people a lot of the time to this comfortability, and they don't want to come out of that uncomfortability because of something attached to
Yeah.
that. But then once you actually take people out of that comfort zone,
Yeah.
like they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like majority of people,
That's
like,
what this guy's
like, it's uncomfortable, but like you'll figure it out, you'll sort it out, and like you a lot of people don't have that support and don't have that system that
Yeah.
this guy might have, or people who can
yeah.
like get through these things have. But I think they're out there. Like
Yeah.
like the systems and people are like out there to like help. But it's like
Yeah.
stepping into that. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think it's quite scary to me anyway that obviously Japan has a different culture to Europe and the US. Clearly, like from what they said in this video, where it's more socially acceptable to be at home and not go out.
But he's here though. Like
But
now,
this is my argument. So
Okay.
like, I think it's starting to become more acceptable. Like especially like, I don't know loads of people that are a bit younger, but like from like mates who have brothers or different things, it seems like kids are like spending more time indoors overall. Like I know the
Yeah.
exceptions, but maybe
No, they are. Like my
that
little
is-
brother spends more time inside than we probably did.
Yeah. And what's even more scary is not just for kids, but when you think about it, with AI becoming such a big thing and potentially taking over people's jobs in the future over the next few decades, is that potentially there'll be even more people that don't have a job and even more people that where it's more acceptable to be at home. So this could become an issue in the UK and the US, like all over the world, even more than it is now, in my opinion.
But then it expands into like much bigger issue because then it becomes like an economical issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It becomes like something that like you're basically being supported by everyone else, and it's not good for you and it's not good for anyone else. But it's like I think it's articulating that to people without dismissing like this guy's obviously said he's been through something traumatic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, maybe actually you need to talk to people about this, like the trauma. Maybe you need to help people through that.
Yeah.
Before actually saying like, mate, stop. Some people probably just need to like, mate, you just get off your Xbox, you know, and get a job.
Yeah, exactly.
But then other people, it's like
They
you
might-
have to have a bit of nuance in different situations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, they might not even have anyone that would say that to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the economic thing. There's a term called NEET, NEET, not in education, employment, or training stuff. And at the moment, 15 to 17% of the UK men from 18 to 24 who are not employed or in education or anything. That's currently at 1 out of 6 people.
That's insane.
It's nuts.
18 to 24 is like, that's a massive age range as well. That's when you should be like striving for stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know.
not necessarily
some people
striving, but like getting like I want to bang my ideas out and try stuff like.
And I mean, this is where don't get too political, but as well, in a lot of countries, like here in the UK, we have benefits as well. So that it's also like, if you don't want to work, there are things in place to like where you don't have to work.
Yeah. I think that's an issue because it's like it's taking something that's there for a good reason. Like benefits are good.
Yeah,
Like people need that. Like certain
people
people
that can't
need
work
people
because
that
of
can't work.
disability or age or
There's
health.
like a whole host of
Yeah.
things where it's like people need that.
Yeah.
Which is like, take my tax and use it for that. Do you know what I mean? Like 100%. But like, if you just can't be asked,
Yeah.
like, mate, what are you doing? Like,
Well, this is the thing, and 1 in 6 is nuts. Like out of guys between 18 to 24, I'm slightly outside of that now.
that can't be true.
Genuinely,
I
like,
think like
ONS.
I think
ONS
some of our
UK.
mates, like our group of mates,
Yeah,
that's like one of us not having a job or doing
Yeah.
anything.
but then maybe our friendship groups are like people that are working. But if you think about your year group at school, I personally here in the UK, like out of my year group, I went to quite a big school. I could see, I even know of people that are in that position. Maybe it's just not.
I don't
something
really know people. I don't know.
But it does feel.
I don't
like
know.
a bit
That
wild.
seems like a lot.
Seems like maybe too much, but
But then maybe like those kind of people spend time together.
that's what,
Like you are who you spend time with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
that's
so
my
like,
argument. So maybe you haven't had personal contact with those people, so you don't believe it or don't really.
no, it's not that
So
I
that-
believe it, but I
yeah.
mean, that seems like that's crazy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Well, it says it's from the ONS, which is like Office for National Statistics
yeah.
in the UK, so it seems legit. But it's still nuts. I couldn't believe that, like when we were prepping the video. But even I'll pull the stats up on the screen, but like Gen X, which is 1990s, 30% of this age group is from 18 to 29. So it was 30% of people 18 to 29 lived with the parents. Then it went up to 40% for millennials, then 52% for Gen Z. And then the people not working, it's gone up from 8 to 10% of people from 18 to 24. And now it's doubled.
It shows that they have a correlation though.
Mm.
Like if you, maybe that's like a bit of a parenting problem as well. Like if you if you don't need to, like, why would you, in a way? But also it probably, like, there's so many different nuances, because it's like some people are 29, work from home, but have a great job, but like there's no need to move out. They have, like, their parents have a massive house, like they don't have a partner, it's just them. Like, why go spend money on rent? To a point, when you don't have to, like, pay a bit of board to your mum and dad.
Yeah.
But then,
That's true.
obviously, like us, we've got partners, and like I'm not going to live at mum and dad's house with my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at the same time, like, fully transparent, like, maybe we're exceptions. I would say we're married quite young. So we're not living at home for those reasons. But I know people I work with who live at home also because financially it makes sense. When
That's what I mean.
They're working, like they're saving loads of money for a house. So I feel like that's also another factor.
Yeah.
That in terms of stats for people living more at home, it's not just the, like, people just video games and just, like, insulated lifestyle. It's also people trying to save money for a house. There's also other factors,
like economical things. But like if you were one of these guys, right, who was like in a dull, like maybe you had like a few things happen, and like you're living at home, like you don't really know what to do, don't really have a job. Like, what would you say to someone like that? Do you know what I mean? Because that's the root issue, isn't it? Like, how would you propel someone into something else, like to more that they can be?
Well, I think we made this. I think what we said earlier about, if you compare the two, like the instant gratification and the long term, like with video games, it's fun in that moment, and it can be for a long time. So video games you can take a long you can play any video game. There's so many of them. It doesn't even have to be video games. It could just be like binge watching 20 seasons of a TV series. It could be like manga, like in Japan or whatever, like the comics he's reading. But if you compare that to things like having a good friendship group, experiencing different places in the world, having satisfaction of completing something at work, like growing your skill set, growing
a community, like
in the future, maybe being a parent or growing family or that sort of stuff. Like, to me, you can't compare the two, like, because I think
people need a vision, you know what I mean? It's getting people, like,
for sure,
think bigger, you know what I mean? You can think, like, there's so much more to you than this.
Yeah, and even,
you know what I mean?
It could be, so I'll be honest, like myself, like I have had times, maybe for a week or two or a few days here and there, where I probably have dipped into that sort of lifestyle of working and just gaming for hours, and I personally, like, I felt that it was fun, but it was pointless. Like, I didn't get anything from it. It sort of satisfied, like I was bored, so I was just doing that because it was satisfying, but ultimately it didn't lead to anything, and it just made me feel more like down, if anything. It didn't really benefit me at all. So I would say, like, classic stuff like going out and exercising, maybe like joining into like a sports thing, or
because then you get a bit of everything, you get a bit of community, a bit of this, and then like it's holding that tension of it's fine to like wind down, but like you can't live in a constant winding down. Do you know what I mean?
There's that balance where it might be useful to play a video game and unwind if you've had an intense day, like, for sure, like, and video games you learn a lot from as well. Like, I feel like if you game a lot, your brain becomes more analytical, but I feel like you can make decisions quicker sometimes depending on the games. I actually think games are quite good for people, but it's just when it's done to that extent where there's no boundary or limit, it's just like, that's when it's unhealthy in my opinion. But
definitely.
But let us know what you think of the video. If you're someone who can relate to that, then if you feel comfortable, like, let us know in the comments. If you like this sort of content, then suggest us other things to do a video on. But see you in the next video.